Welcome back to the Lemon Factor. I'm Chad, and today we're headed out with one of our two project cars, our 2023 Toyota GR Supra. Recently, we got a custom tune on our Supra from Jesse DaBears of One Fast Supra, both for 91 octane and for an E33-ish ethanol blend. And during our last video, I took the car out to do some 0 to 60 testing. And I was pleasantly surprised to see the gains in, or I should say reductions in 0 to 60 times. Today's the time that we're gonna head to the dyno to find out exactly how much horsepower and torque we really did gain. So for me, being that it is noticeable, I'm thinking that we gained somewhere around maybe 30 wheel horsepower. And not just at the peak. I feel like the whole graph, the whole horsepower graph jumped up a little bit, maybe around 20, 30 wheel horsepower, and probably even more from a torque perspective, especially near the low RPMs, near our peak torque figures. But who knows? My butt dyno has been wrong in the past. We'll see how accurate it is. But if you're wondering how much horsepower and torque you could gain from a custom ethanol tune on your Mark V Toyota GR Supra, then stay tuned. Just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Take this opportunity to mention our merch store located on Etsy. I'll leave a link in the description below. Go take a look. We have t-shirts related to our two project cars, the 10th generation Honda Accord and the Toyota Supra. I will routinely be updating the store, removing some designs and adding some fresh new designs. If you like something there, please consider purchasing. Consider supporting the channel by purchasing some merch. Just a reminder, I'm at high altitude. I'm in Denver, Colorado, approximately 5,800 feet above sea level. So thin air, less oxygen, different atmospheric pressure. I am going to provide you with the SAE corrected horsepower and torque numbers. It's a standard so that you can compare dyno results regardless of environmental conditions like humidity, temperature, and of course altitude. So these are not my raw numbers. They would be unfortunately much less. We lose anywhere between 18 to 22% horsepower at this altitude. Get it. Last time I did the baseline dyno run and people were shocked and they're blaming the dyno. There's something wrong with the dyno. I've been using this dyno for years now. It's the same operator, the exact same dyno at this dyno shop. So they got multiple dynos and I use the exact same one. We're using SAE correction. And with that said, just to make sure that there wasn't anything screwy going around, after we did our pulls on this Map 6, this custom map, I switched it over to Map 0, which is stock. And I ran several runs on stock. And you know what? They look near identical to what we ran several months ago. So at least I'm comfortable that our original baseline is accurate. I'm really happy with the results, very consistent results. As I've done in the past, I typically throw out the first one or two. I run the car numerous pulls until I start getting some consistency within the horsepower and the torque numbers. In this case with the Toyota Supra, I don't pay as close attention to the torque because it's a quick peak and it's only over about 500 RPM. So I'm looking specifically in consistency in the wheel horsepower, and we got that. Looking at this and comparing it to our stock, our baseline numbers we did some time ago, we've gone from roughly 420 wheel horsepower to 450 wheel horsepower peak. A ton of additional torque. But what I like, what I am more impressed with is the gains across the RPM. Except for a little something going on at the very last couple hundred towards redline. But other than that, you have gains across the entire RPM, and that is noticeable on the street. It feels really good. I'm really happy with the tune. Take the delta as we move along. So we did our baseline. We now have this E33 custom tune. Take the delta of how much we gain. Don't put as much emphasis on the absolute numbers, the 450, the 600 foot-pounds of torque, but look at the change. So the next step, what is the next step? Next step is we're gonna get a downpipe, a higher flowing downpipe. I've heard that you can get some gains and could get possibly another 10, 15 wheel horsepower from a JB4 tuned car with a higher flowing downpipe. So we'll get that downpipe, we'll install it, we'll see if we have any gains and exactly how much we do gain from installing a high flow downpipe. With that said, I think we're done for today. I want to thank you very much for joining, and until next time.